Hello everybody, this is Tetrafolium back for another video in the Turn 17 Rocks Season 2 series. Now we're on to my game against my Week 2 matchup, the Dark Flower Magicians, my roommate. So there's going to be a lot of bragging rights on this game, of course. Um, with me today, I have this beautiful team. It's so nice to be doing this with the Poke Paste right up so I can just kind of explain what's going on. Um, let's start with Myra, the Clefable. I'm running Life Orb Magic Guard to give myself some extra power. I've got pretty good defensive investment, enough to live a Choice Banded Flower Trick or Triple Axle from Meowscarada, and then enough special attack and life orb boost to KO back with Fire Blast. Of course, Moonblast will kill before he changes type, or if he's an Overgrow Meowscarada, but I doubt he'd do that, so that's why we need Fire Blast. I've got Thunderwave and Moonlight just in case I need them. I'm mostly going to be clicking Fire Blast and Moonblast. In a bad case scenario, if Latios comes in, I can live a Choice Specs Luster Purge just on this HP alone, and then kill back with Moonblast. So should be good. Hope it'll come into play. Now we have Fafnir, our Choice Scarf Roaring Moon. We have enough speed to outspeed a Choice Scarf Latios, which is the fastest thing on his team, I believe. Well, other than Rabambi, but Rabambi's not going to run Choice Scarf. That would be insane. Uh, though I guess it could run Quiver Dance, but hopefully I have other measures to take care of that. Um, yeah, we're just whatever gives me good coverage. Outrage is just like if we're need to throw off a YOLO hit. Knockoff is just a great dark type move. Earthquake hits a couple members of his team pretty well, and U-turn is for momentum. Not nothing too crazy with it. I just put the rest of the leftovers into defense to give myself the best chances to live, like a Sucker Punch or something like that. It's not really that important, so I didn't really put too much thought into it, but it is what it is. Um, then we have Capella, our heavy-duty boots hog for this team. This time I'm going to go with really high attacking stats. I don't have quite max speed. I think I'm running enough to outrun I believe, a modest Goldango. It's like just enough to outrun not max speed. Um, and yeah, I didn't need all of it, so I just put the extra into HP. We've got Terra Starstorm, Flamethrower, Ice Beam, Rapid Spin. I was thinking about Earth Power as a potential move, but I'm a little scared of a Balloon Goldengo, so I just want to be able to fire off something that will hit it really hard. Um, like if it's trying to switch in hard on me, I'm not gonna fall for that. Um, the only other thing that like Earth Power hits for super effective or any better than Flamethrower anyway is Tentacruel, which is a consideration, but again I'm not so scared of Tentacruel doing anything too crazy, so we'll uh, we'll just leave it as it is. Now we have Pleiades. If you know that anime, you'll know it. Um, our white herb Minior with Shell Smash, Explosion, Acrobatics, and Earthquake. After a Shell Smash, Acrobatics, and Earthquake should one-hit KO every member of his team, except for Garchomp. That's why we have Explosion. Um, I thought maybe I could run Dazzling Gleam, but I'm just not thrilled about the amount of special attack investment that I would need to be able to OHKO Garchomp with that. So let's just blow up and act like we don't know nobody. That would be funny. Um, Next, we've got Jirachi, uh, Polaris. We have a Colbur Berry, and we're mostly invested into special defense. I have enough speed on here. What is that speed for? I believe it's to outspeed Embor. if he ends up bringing that. Not that we have very many good moves to hit Embor. We could maybe just throw off a Thunder Wave or get off a Healing Wish and get out of there. But I've got Colbur Berry so that if something like Meowscarada comes in and hits a knockoff, I'll be able to live the hit, and then I'll get my rocks, my Thunder Wave, my Iron Head chip off. Should be okay. I did calc against Latios, and basically Latios is just not going to be able to touch this Jirachi. Even with Luster Purge drops, like, I'm still taking hardly anything. Unless he's like a boosting set, he's going to be doing like 10% on the first hit. As you can imagine, if I go down to a quarter of my special defense, which is the lowest I can go, then he'll be doing 40, which is not nothing, but Jirachi will cleanly win the 1v1. I could have done Wish instead of Healing Wish, maybe, but I don't know. I just feel like Healing Wish will give me some more momentum. So that's why I'm into it. Plus, I can thief a kill away from my opponent in case differential comes into play. And then finally we have the brightest star of all, in fact the brightest star in the galaxy, Dwayne Johnson. He's my Intimidate Tauros Paldea Blaze. This is mostly my switch into Meowscarada. Meowscarada just does not really have a move to hit this. Maybe it gets like Zen Headbutt or something like that, but it's so rare to see. We're just going to come in, throw off a Will-O-Wisp. Most likely he's going to switch out to something like Latios. That's fine. I'll just switch out to my Jirachi. And between the two of these, I probably will be fine. The mon that's probably going to actually be the most trouble for me is Goldengo, but as it can't boost its speed, so as long as Roaring Moon is alive, I should be fine to deal with it. And with that all being said, let's get on to the game. All right, and now we're on to the battle. So here I see that my opponent opts to not bring his Rabambi for Sticky Web support. In one sense, that's good for me because I don't have to worry so much about all of my Pokemon having low speed. But in another sense, that's kind of not that good for me because, well, Minior was kind of brought with the purpose of being an anti-lead on Rabambi. I was going to well, obviously be immune to Stun Spore thanks to Shields Down, and set up in its face. But this can be good for me as well, because I can save it for the end game and get a sweep that way. So in any case, I think I'm going to lead off with Roaring Moon here. I noticed that none of his Pokemon are particularly threatening Roaring Moon if I choose to lead it, and then I get my pick of options here. I get the Garchomp lead, and it's gonna switch out immediately, fearing probably my Outrage or Dragon Claw or something of that nature. That to me should tip me off that he's not Tank Chomp with say Endure or anything like that. In any case, I'm gonna go for a U-turn, because I don't know if he was gonna switch, and I didn't know for sure if I would kill with Outrage, so I'd rather just get out of there. I'm gonna go to my own Intimidator, Dwayne Johnson, and I'm gonna throw off a Will-O-Wisp. It's good to note that this Grafty is Intimidate and not Shed Skin, so if I get a status on it, it's going to stay. Instead he goes to Latios here, and I burn it, which is good chip. It's going to matter I go into Polaris, and he shows to be Calm Mind, but he switches out immediately. I go for an Iron Head, and I was sort of anticipating Goldengo to come in, but I went for the Iron Head anyway because I wanted to pop a potential balloon. He does not have the balloon, so I don't know what item he might be running. I was thinking maybe potentially like a Choice Scarf or something he's going to trick. I'm going to go straight to Capella, though, and take the Dazzling Gleam. And that, to me, seems like he's more like standard. I don't know if he's got, like, boots or something on it, or maybe, like, Expert Belt. In any case, the item's probably not of great importance. I'm going to go and Flamethrower into the Tentacruel. Come into Jirachi to eat up any hit that it goes for. The worst thing it could do is probably Surf, but that shouldn't do much. Into Scrafty, I think I'm just going to set up rocks. I noticed that, well, Tentacruel is his spinner, so the more I can force Tentacruel in and slow the game down, the better it is for my team. You can always go to Tauros Blaze here. He knocks off my leftovers. And I'm threatening a body press here, and I think I am just going to click it. No, in fact, I'm actually going to click Raging Bull. Maybe I don't know exactly why I click Raging Bull there. Maybe I was predicting a Goldengo switch in. I guess it works out just as well that he goes into this Tentacruel. I'm going to switch into Minior, who I anticipate he's not going to have anything to hit me with. I guess he could have knocked off, which would have been bad. He flip turns, and he goes straight to Goldengo, and I'm just going to Earthquake it. A part of me is wishing I brought Weakness Policy. If I wasn't such a wimp, maybe I would have done it. But I figure either Tentacruel is going to stay in and set up like a hazard or something, or like maybe like foolishly think it could kill with Surf, and I'm going to Earthquake it. But instead he switches hard into Goldengo here. I don't know why at this point in the game he would be willing to take that damage, or like if I Shell Smashed in his face, then he'd be kind of screwed. But in any case, I get that Earthquake off. I'm just going to switch because I don't want to take a Shadow Ball. And then in comes Hakari, the Tentacruel. I think I'm starting to see the nickname scheme here. Karane, Nano, Hakari, Rentaro. I'm guessing that Akusari. I'm guessing this is Shizuka. If you know, you know. I'm just going to Terra Starstorm here because I figure it's time to get this Tentacruel out of here. Plus, he might switch to save it, and that gives me the best damage here. I don't care if he goes back to I didn't care if he went back to gold because I would just Flamethrower in his mouth and then his gold would be dead. He can't kill me with any one hit unless he's got Focus Blast, which, looking at Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, I doubt Focus Blast coverage is on there unless he's like Scarf or Specs, but even then I doubt it. He's going to Swords Dance in my mouth. I'm going to Ice Beam in his, though, and, well, there's maybe something nasty I could say, but I won't say it. Turn 17 rocks is just not happening, man. I thought he was going to go and set up the rocks on turn 17. Really help out our bingo cards, and it is Shizuka that comes in. Interesting. I don't see the need to like take damage on my Terapagos here, so I'm just going to switch out to Dwayne, eat the ×4 resisted U-turn, and I'm just going to switch around a little bit. At this point, I think he's desperate and trying to go for game, so I'm just going to Iron Head him out. There's no reason to not just take all this damage here. At this point, I kind of know he's not going to do anything, so I'm going to Stealth Rock, and I don't feel like I need Jirachi for the rest of the game, so I'm going to Healing Wish it out. So he goes to Meowscarada, and I go to Roaring Moon. So the reason why I went to Roaring Moon is, for one, it just wins me a knockoff if he goes to Goldengo. It is a free U-turn if he goes to Scrafty and then Meowscarada. I could have some plays, but also Healing Wish in this generation, if you switch to a Pokemon that has 100% HP, it won't happen and it'll bank it for your next switch, which is really cool. Against this Meowscarada, I'm thinking it's probably fine to just click my U-turn here. And he reveals Triple Axle and that he's Scarf and actually faster than my Roaring Moon. If he missed any of those, that would have been really bad for him. But I say to myself, that's fine. He's locked into Triple Axle now. All I can do now, I can Terra Steel, set up my Shell Smash, and win the game. It would be super duper easy there, and there's basically no counterplay that he has. Can't even think of one thing that he could do. I actually get my HP back as well, which is really nice. So just Terra Steel and Shell Smash in his mouth. It's completely over. Oh wait, what's that? Oh, he's got Mirror Herb. Oh, he kills my Minior. Uh-oh. No, no, no. Say it ain't so. Yeah. Let's go back a couple turns. So let's start with this turn here. So on turn 23, I choose to sack Roaring Moon with the idea basically that I'm going to get a free switch back into Minior and be able to set up on him. This, in theory, could have been good if he didn't have Mirror Herb Goldengo. Really what would have been safest is if I just went to Dwayne Johnson. The worst he can do is U-turn out to Goldengo. In which case I can play sort of a 50-50 mind game with him, whether I'm going to go to Capella to eat the Shadow Ball or go to Roaring Moon to tank the Make It Rain. Even if I have to go to Capella, I get the play wrong and I have to sack. At that point, Minior comes in and with Terra Steel will certainly kill a weakened Goldengo with Earthquake. And then his last two really struggle to deal with Tauros Blaze, especially Tauros Blaze and Clefable to switch out to. So, like, this is in essence a pretty easy endgame for me to play if I just go that line, but I guess I just got really impatient for no reason here, and I get triple axled. And here, what I should do is go to Dwayne here and Raging Bull. Like, he has no great switch in. He has to go to Scrafty, in which case it's like he has to win a series of 50-50s to stay back in the game. And I still have plenty of sacks in case I need them. It's a super duper playable end game. And if the Goldengo ever dies, it's completely over for him. But instead I go to Minior. So when I get this HP back here, what I probably should do is go for I don't know, like a an Earthquake, that would do quite a bit to Meowscarada. And if he chooses to stay in and triple Axle, I'm not going to take much as a Steel type, and he's going to chip me down towards my shields down. And if I get that speed boost, I flat out win. The best thing you could do is go to Scrafty and Terra, but I can explode on that, and the end game is still quite easy for me. But I guess I just never thought like, he could have Mirror Herb on anything, and I didn't go to play around it, and that's just how the cookie crumbles. So if there's any lesson to be learned here is play safe endgames and watch out for mirror herbs. I guess I'm going to be very paranoid about that for the rest of the season. Yeah, that's basically it. I wanted to say that I came back into Season 2 and got my win back against the only guy who was able to beat me in Season 1. One of the only guys who was able to beat me in Season 0 as well. But yeah, that's it. I don't know if that crit mattered. I don't think it did. Goldengo's got a really high Spadef stat, and I didn't have any Spadef investment, so yeah, it's, well, nothing I can really say. I will just have to come back next time and play down 1-1. Although that being said, I do feel pretty good about the rest of my matchups. I'll be honest, I'm calling you out, Alex, because you suck. See you next time.
Take the amplified and the reversal, and to create imaginary mass. Imaginary technique. Hollow. Purple. That was the moment I truly lost.